earnings from field 8 was also, call it 95,000, so it reckons we made about 190,000 total from beats and things. And I would say we have 230. It reckoned 190. So we made about 40,000 better than the precision farming tool actually suggests we made. Does that reflect on the fertilizer costs and the seed costs? I don't know. Oh, let's take it out of here. So, 240,000 from 2 small fields of sugar beets and potatoes. Now, I mean, remember our first year we made well over 1 million litres of sugar beets in our 2 fields, and I decided that was probably something I didn't want to do again. And since then we've kind of halved our sugar beet crop. I think we're going to make 500. Nah. 497. 22,000. Nice. Alrighty. And I missed the hut. Let's go put a worker back in the truck and head back to the farm for some more. How much more do we have? Okay. Yeah, 48,000. As I said, that's 1,000 too much for that tipper. But we've got, after we've done this one, there's nothing else left to sell. Should... That was 22,000 for the wheat. So we've got another 22,000 there. That will take us to 520, about 530 something, all in. So the question is how much is that field worth? More correctly, how much is that field going to cost us? And do we have anything else that I can make money with? Now again, as I said, we've got, I think, about 200,000 in sunflower seeds. Many of our fields are planted with winter crops, so they'll just start growing next year. And I think they're fully fertilised. The ones that are planted should be fully fertilised, so we don't have anything significant going on in that aspect. The only thing we've got left to plant are the sunflowers and the sunflowers, sugar beets and potatoes, if I can find a field for each. Take that up to about 20. Stop. Oh, stop. That'll do nicely. And that's the rest of it. Again, watch that fill. That's done. We are away. So 20 and 27. That's a good balance. They're not full. Turn more. And the worker is still Betty, so great. Okay, let's try not to miss our turn this time. And then we will inquire on field 7. It's going to put us way down in money. Look for contracts. There shouldn't be any contracts. The ground's frozen, so you can't plough it. And the ground's frozen, so you can't fertilise or plant anything. And there's nothing to harvest. There shouldn't be any baling contracts because the grass is dead. I did notice that from today game day 4 midwinter, which is the first day of midwinter, the food trough stopped filling with grass. Or the one that was filling stopped filling with grass. I suppose, yeah, we can use the JCB to move the sheep. I'm trying to figure out which would be the best vehicle. I would love it if we could get ourselves a short wheelbase truck, cattle truck that we could just load animals in, drive down the road, unload them and reverse back up the road rather than having to turn around. But I think the JCB might work the best, because it has the best turn radius. But we can't use the super big thing, animal trailer. So we are kind of limited in the number of animals we can move. Someone left the laundry on the line. It's going to be frozen, dude. Okay, we'll pop up there again. Kick the worker out of the truck and drive around. Okay, so this should be around about 17,000, I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. Done. 14,000. Oh, less than I was expecting, but okay. And nobody summing up that shed over, so it never happened. And run over here. Oh yeah, wage payments, forgot about those. And yay. I think that's my best attempt of the day. Alrighty, that is the end of our midwinter sales. And a little shy of 300,000. Okay, how much does that field cost? Oh, 506. Wow. Okay, it's a really bad field, by the way. It's mostly loam, and so actually it's mostly silty clay, which is a lousy return on yield. But we're putting sheep in it, so that doesn't matter. So I think that might be our field right about now. Yes, I have no money left. But the next thing I can do is start relocating the sheep before they start making more sheep. And the last thing I want to do now is see if we can empty some clover in that feed trough. Bramblewood field or whatever it's called. Now the feed trough on the top field is full as it'll get, well, minus 4 hours of passage of time. Not a problem, because I'm planning to move all of the baby sheep up to that top field. Or at least as many as we can. Each field will hold 500 sheep. So we now have a limit of 1,500 over the 3 fields. But I want to put the adult sheep in the bottom 2 fields because I think they will work as far as auto replenishment of grass and everything like that. It's a little bit further to drive to feed everybody, but I don't think that's going to be too big a deal. So we're going to need these in about 5 or 6 days' time to sell the sunflowers, but for right now they can sit and wait. Now, of course, the other concern is because that top field won't accept clover, I'm not sure whether it'll accept maize either. That would be a bit of a pain if it doesn't. Okay, we'll abandon the worker there. That's good. Now we can go get the truck. So again, I'll put the semi trailer down here. This is kind of a handy place to park stuff. Unless you're buying equipment from the store, in which case that wants to spawn here when you reset it too. So, I'm putting that there. We'll drop that off. Go grab the skip. Do we have loose? Don't know what that loose stuff is, but we should probably shovel that up and put it somewhere useful. Okay. So the skip still has 1,000 litres of green stuff in it. Now that's interesting. Field 7 is no longer covered in snow because we just bought it. Alright. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. It hasn't worked all year. Drive round the feed trough slowly. See if there is a tip point anywhere. And that would appear to be a giant no. No. Okay. So this trough does not accept clover, which then makes it questionable that it accepts anything except grass on that top line. So when we go here, Oakfield farm sheep. It accepts that, it accepts that. I don't know if it accepts alfalfa hay or normal hay. I think it accepts normal hay. But we've definitely got clover silage going in there, clover hay. This is supposed to accept fresh grass, clover, fresh maize, and hay pellets. Not doing hay pellets because a pelletizer costs $500,000. And it also accepts sugar beets and carrots. But the only thing I've been able to unload into that is grass. None of the others. But I haven't tried all of the others yet, so who knows. Now the trough down here, I've not been able to do anything with. Yeah, kind of. Well, no, there's a tree. Okay. Because it auto replenishes with grass during spring. Well, during summer and fall. And that also... Now that's not accepting anything either. This field needs some of everything, and we have clover in the back of the truck, and it's not taking it. Maximum capacity of the feeding trough. So I don't know what the deal is. So clover's useless as far as I'm concerned. It's not working on any of the things, which again makes maize questionable. However, the advantage with maize is that I can... Does clover have value? Does clover have value? Where can I find value? Oh, right about here. Since I can't use clover, can I sell it? Clover. He's worth 0. But I can't use it, so what's the point? We may just go and tip it. We could try the bales. But right now, this clover is completely pointless. So I'm just going to make it disappear. And we didn't exert ourselves to make it, so that's fine. And there we go, £0. But I can now use my skip for stuff, so yay, that's the thing. Clover bale there, that might be sellable, to be perfectly honest. Maybe we'll try that. I think I've got a clover bale stored indoors as well. Let's... Okay, so I need the telehandler. Use that clover bale from the back here and see if either of the sheep fields will accept it. Oh, we've got clover hay as well. Okay, 4,000 litres of clover. Just got a message there and I don't know what it said. So, okay, so the reason I'm going to try clover bales is because we're feeding them clover hay and clover silage in bale form. I have never supplied them with loose of either of those. So there is the possibility that that might have done something. And we have 4,000 litres of clover, so no it didn't. And we'll take this down to the other field and see if that works either. Oops. Well, that kind of didn't work. might have happened there is I might just have clipped that hedge with the bottom of the bale, which caused it to come off. Okay. Ooh. Bit of a snowdrift there. Okay. Let's try that. And still 4,000 litres of clover. Okay. So, clover in its raw form does not work for anything related to sheep feeding. Now think if the worst comes to the worst, I can always store raw grass in the farm silo now. So that might be a thing that I do from now on. And we'll store some over the course of this coming year, and also when we get the maize harvest we'll store some of that as well, and we'll repeat this experiment and see what works and what doesn't. It might be that unfortunately our sheep will only eat grass. And well, that wasn't worth anything either. Okay then. Now I could wrap it. That's always an option. Let's drop the spikes here. And get the shovel. Okay. Now, it might be that the clover bales do work at BGA, but that's a long drive in this thing. Now, here is the other problem. Oops. Okay. Trying to scoop up loose materials when there's snow on the ground is rarely a good plan. Oh, that's just straight clover too. I thought it was clover hay. Okay. And as we've already established, we can't do anything with clover, so yeah.